Oh yeah, man. I see a lot of people, right? I see a lot of people in a lot of platforms, by the way.
You're in the mix with MBM Sessions.
All right. So I see a lot of platforms, a lot of podcasts, a lot of content creators creating their top 10 to top 25 hip hop albums, hip hop verses, and all that other shit. But man, I want to know why in the hell don't y'all got Juicy J album, Live and In Color? Why the hell is Juicy J is not in this list? And none of these lists, nobody said Juicy J. Like, are we oblivious or blind to the fact that this man dropped one of the hottest albums this year? Not to mention, they didn't mention Key Glock album. They didn't mention Money Man album. I understand as far as this country's rap scene, but still though, you still have to give these men their props. They had some of the hottest albums. So I'm gonna be real, man. My number one album this year was Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips. I had a couple of favorite tracks on. To this day, I'm still them shits on repeat, bro. Them shits on repeat. Matter of fact, that whole album on repeat. That Juicy J album, the Clips album, Key Glock, Money Man. I'm gonna be real. I wasn't really feeling the 21 Savage album. I wasn't really feeling Wham album like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I wasn't. Um, who else dropped the album? Who else dropped the album? Mob Deep dropped the album. I was feeling that, so it was alright. It was alright. I wasn't feeling. Was I? I wasn't in tune into Playboy Cardi like that. I wasn't in tune with Playboy Cardi album like that. Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2. I think that was like top five on my top five. You got Raekwon draw the album. De La Soul draw the album. Um, who else draw the album? I already said Clips. Did Roddy Rich drop an album? Roddy Rich and Lil Durk did drop an album in 2025. They did drop an album in 2025, but I don't think it had any replay value though. Their concept and the cadence of their albums were fire, but I don't think it had that replay value like the Clips, um, Mob Deep. And let's be real, a lot of people um had a lot of opinions to say about hip hop. And I'm gonna be real, bro. Ghostface, he's probably top five. Ghostface and Raekwon, they're probably top five MCs, rappers of all time. But let's be real. Why didn't nobody mention their albums the whole year in 2025? Especially these major media outlets, these major podcast platforms. I feel like sometimes they be a little biased. But when they say they're top 10 rappers, they steady mentioning Raekwon and Ghostface, but they never mention their albums throughout the year. They never say anything about a track or a hot verse they say. So we gotta start with that cap. We need to start with that cap. Cause it's a lot of people getting into the field of commentary on hip hop, but they're not being realistic about hip hop. And some of these people, to be honest, I don't even think they really know what hip hop is. I'm just being real. As a DJ that's been DJing for since 15 years old, went to school for computer science, audio and sound engineering. A lot of these people be capping, man. A lot of these people be capping. They just have big platforms and they have a lot of money behind them. That's all I'm saying. They have a lot of money behind it, but when you get to like a smaller creator or a smaller podcast host that really know about music and the style, the cadence, the lights, and when you want to talk about sound, decibels, and contracts and um studio lists, all types of shit, bro. Like we need to be more realistic, but that's besides the point. So major and mainstream hip hop albums from 2025. We got Lil Baby, Playboy Cardi, Lil Wayne, Lil Sims, Clips, uh, Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2. We got Raekwon, The New Emperors, New Clothes. We got Mob Deep, Infinite, De La Soul, Cabin in the Sky. How y'all feel about Cabin in the Sky? I feel like it didn't really get a lot of buzz that it should have got. Deep Thoughts, I think it had like a, let's see. I listened to that whole album multiple times, but after like a month or two, I forgot about that album, to be honest. Free Dirt, Free Smirk, by the way. Roddy Rich dropped the Navy album, which was a melodic rap project, by the way. I like Roddy Rich. I like his style, I like his flow. He's different. Underground and critically loved albums. We got Slang Hugh. We got DJ Elway All In, Bodie James and Nicholas Craven. Criminally Attached. Those were some good albums that a lot of podcasters and big media outlets didn't mention. Like 2025 had some great bars come through the months. And through 2025, it was some great hip hop being produced. But I'm trying to figure out why didn't people mention Juicy J? Okay, so I got right here. Juicy J did not put out music in 2025. It just didn't always show up on the mainstream or best list, depending on how people feel about the categorized albums versus collaborations. I don't think it was a collaboration though. I think it just was a solo album, right? Let me see. Okay, we gotta be realistic, bro. 90% of this rap industry is paying Juicy J and 3 6 Mafia for samples. Some of the top and hottest rappers are breaking bread to Juicy J and 3 6 Mafia just for using their samples and their tags. We gotta be real about that though. So to me, I'm a southerner, so it's like you gotta put Juicy J in there. You gotta put Juicy J in there. Did Future drop a album 2025? I, I don't think Future dropped an album in 2025, but I'm pretty sure if Future dropped the album in 2025, I feel like it would have did better than 21's. It would have did better than Wham album. I think it would have did better than Alfredo 2. I think it would have been up there with Clips album, to be honest. Especially when you're talking about award winning and Grammy and shit like that. I think Future's on a whole nother a wave, a different type of vibe from these other rappers though. And that's what make him so um that would make him so like mysterious because he don't never do like radio shows, podcasts. He don't say much. It's just like he's just so mysterious and So you gotta go listen to his music to see what he's talking about and what he's thinking. So it's kind of like that's an extra, but that give Future an extra point because he's probably one of the only rappers that don't go to radios and podcasts to promote his music. Whenever he drop music, that shit gonna be a banger regardless. Regardless. So when we talk about Future, man, yeah, I think Future coming out with some heat in 2026. Believe that when the summer hit, I think Future is, yeah, you can't doubt Future. Do not doubt Future. Especially when he's staying out the light of this little baby situation, this little Woody situation, the Young Thug situation. Since he's staying out there, I got a feeling he's gonna drop some shit that's gonna shake. It's gonna shake the streets. And also, I seen somebody mention that since Bankroll Fresh been gone, the hip hop industry haven't been the same, and I kind of agree. I kind of agree, man, because Bankroll Fresh, his cadence, his style, his flow, he had a lot of different flows, and a lot of rappers won't fucking with him. So, hey, rest in peace to Bankroll Fresh, man. I I'm a real Bankroll Fresh fan for real, bro. Like it's a uh yeah, I feel like Juicy J. Wait, so Juicy J did drop an album in 2025 because I remember him having a track with Project Pat, and I feel like Project Pat had one of the hottest verses, hottest verses of 2025. Yeah. So Juicy J did drop an album in 2025. It's called Head on a Swivel. Yeah, he dropped it August 1st, 2025. I feel like that should be at least in some of these bloggers and media companies and media outlets. I feel like they should at least have Juicy J somewhere in these lists. You can't go nowhere without hearing Juicy J and 3 6 Mafia. You can't go nowhere without hearing 3 6 Mafia samples, beats, tags, none of that shit. Let's be real about that. When we go to music festivals and concerts, they're dropping Juicy J. So put some more respect on Juicy J name, matter of fact. So my top 10 albums, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go number one, Clips. I'm gonna go number one, Clips. That shit been on repeat every day. I ain't even gonna say my whole list. I'm gonna just say Clips, Juicy J, Mob Deep, Freddie Gibbs, Raekwon, De La Soul. It's hard because I want to put Wham in there, but I feel like that it didn't have no replay volume like that. Although it did have Young Thug, Future, Glorilla, Travis Scott, and 21, it didn't have no replay value like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Once again, man, make sure y'all hit that subscribe, that follow, that share button. It's the MBM Sessions, DJ Trez World.
You're in the mix with MBM Sessions.
Millionaire talk, we ain't tweeting. Blueprint spread on the table. Turn one stream to a label. Money